And welcome to another episode of Business Party Podcast. And another fucking day, but this is going to be.
This is gonna be great,
Hell yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, all the way from New York, New Jersey slash. There's no such thing as Central Jersey. Kevin Dombrowski.
Hell yes.
What a warm and fluid intro. Thank you guys.
Yes.
I love the way you go. Welcome to another episode of Business. Fuck, are we really doing this podcast?
It's funny. We'll text each other later on. And we'll go, dude, it was a great show. We had a great time. He's like, yeah, we have a great time. He'll start the show. Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, I'm like the worst intro, and then usually the outro is about the same.
Could you imagine Egg McMahon like, fuck this, Johnny. Back to
yes,
you.
I can.
Yeah.
Yes, I can. Actually, I can.
That's probably what was going through his head pretty much after about the 30th time. He's like, yeah, this fucking guy.
Sure. He's like, oh, we got another broad co-hosting the show. I'm fucking done with this.
And I haven't banged her yet. Fuck it.
The best is when we talk about it all the time. All the guys that are like friends with Artie Lang and that whole crew. But what's his name? From Boston. Why am I blanking on his name? Comic from Boston. Nick DiPaolo.
Oh, Nick.
Okay.
Yeah, Nick.
When Nick hosted with Artie, it was the Nick and Artie show, and Mike Boschetti was their announcer. And Nick DiPaolo called Mike Boschetti "well-fed McMahon."
That's awesome.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you.
Thank you. You guys are great. Don Jameson has a better Mike Boschetti than Mike Boschetti. It's
Did he really?
unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Oh, I don't know who I have a bigger anxiety attack when I listen to was Bichetti or Big A. I don't know who I had I don't know who I was just like. I used to shake whenever Big A used to be on O&A. I used to shake. I'd be working and delivered mail, and I'd start to shake as Big A was talking. It was just.
We did. I did an episode of Gino Bisconti's podcast every Wednesday, or ish. I'll do a version of Gino's show. It's in hot water on Compound Media, but when we do it together, we do Whiskey Wednesday, where it's a bunch of dudes that just like to drink and watch us make fun of each other, basically. And we were playing passwords. We were playing the sound booth does like the old game show set, and then they superimpose us on the green screen in the set. And it was Gino had
That's
Big
awesome.
A. Gino had Big A as a partner, and hearing Big A try to give clues over the password with the stutter, I can't tell you. I fucking almost pissed myself in studio because Gino's like, just say another letter. Just another letter.
Oh, shit.
Dude,
He's a sweetheart. He's the
I
best.
miss that guy so much.
He's great. He's a great dude.
How did you and him become like buddies?
Me. It's a good thing we have a visual component to this.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
bad with words. I can't speak. You know what school system I went to?
Sure, I do actually. That's why we moved just north of you. Gino and I met. He was probably the first person I ever met in comedy. I had just started doing stand up, and I was like maybe 2 years in, and I was delivering pizza for a pizzeria in Newark, New Jersey called Jancarelli's, and at one point they were working with a promoter to do comedy shows downstairs, and they had a host. And they were like, after a while, we like the host better than the promoter, so we just went through him, and he booked all the comics. And they were like, anyway, we know you want to do stand-up, so we'll hook you up with them. And that phone call on the other side was Gino Bisconti. And he goes, hey, what's up, man? He was like, yeah. So he goes, so what clubs are you playing in the city? And I was just doing new talent, but I was like, Caroline's, Broadway, Gotham, stand-up New York, comic strip. And he goes, well, you're in more clubs than me, so I don't know how the fuck I'm going to help you. And then
Now he's banned from all of them.
yeah, really. And then from there, we just got along really well. We drank together better than we got along. And so we kept in touch. We were just, we were like two Jersey guys that got along. And then I had opened for Artie Lang at this benefit, and Gino opened for Artie on the road for years. So then it was like we bonded over like our Love of the Stern show and how great Artie is. And then from there, we ended up drinking together, and we had this thing called the 3-week rule, where it was me, my wife, and Gino, and me and my wife weren't even together. And it was like if the three of us drank together, it would have to be another 3 weeks before the three of us could be in a room together because we got so fucking hammered. The hangover was too much, so we had a 3-week rule. And then eventually, my wife and I started dating. We were roommates, so one of my room in the apartment was empty, and she was like, "We need someone to move in here." And there was like it was a 4-bedroom with like 3 other roommates. And I go, "I got a buddy that I think would be great to live with." And she was like, "Who?" And I was like, "Gino." And she was like, "Are you sure about this?" And here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, is like Gino, every day Gino is like the sweetest guy in the world, and it's the Jekyll and Hyde of once you get whiskey in a bar setting in him, he's a complete fucking animal. But day to day, Gino is like the sweetest guy to live. He's a mess, but he's the sweetest guy to live with. So my wife and I actually. We split his rent for 1 month so he would move in because I shit you not, dude. I called him and I go, "Hey, a room's open. Why don't you come live with us?" Because he was in Brooklyn and his landlord was actually skimping out on the guy that took the money. Basically, Gino was paying this guy rent and the guy wasn't paying rent. And so
in Brooklyn? No.
Yeah, really?
Was he Jamaican or Haitian? Was he Haitian?
I have no idea. But they were squatting technically. So Gene was like, "Well, I've been living out of my car in a hotel for the past month, and I'm getting so much work done." He goes, "I got to do it for 1 more month." And he goes, "If you can keep the room open, I'll move in June." So we paid the rent so we could have him move in. And then, I mean, literally the rest is history, man. We've had each other's backs and booked each other on any big thing that we do. That's funny. I book him on any big thing that I do.
I was just gonna. What was? I'm sorry. You said he was living in his car, right?
Yeah, he was.
What you want to tell the audience what kind of car that was?
I believe back then it was still a Chevy Sonic, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my God.
It was, dude. See, the good thing about his car is that when he leaves it, he can just take it with him. He can just pick it up. He can just pick it up and throw it to wherever.
Like the Jetsons. Like the Jetsons just fold it up.
Dude's living in a roller skate.
100%. Yeah. He's like a Roald Dahl book. He's just fucking. So we. From there it was just we're the complete opposite of each other in fucking every way humanly possible. But I think that's why we get along so well. We just amuse each other. And to be honest, I think we live to piss each other off because we find it so funny when the other one is angry. So it just kind of went from there. And then, so on and so forth. But we do Whiskey Wednesdays as a fun thing of it's like not my show, it's not his show, but it's just like the two of us on just fucking with each other while everyone drinks. So it's a good time.
And it's on, and let me mention it's on Compound Media.
Yeah, it's every Wednesday.
Who wants to catch the show, Gino's show. I had it. I was there a lot. When I lived over there in New Jersey, but I haven't been. I moved, and it cost me a lot of money, so I couldn't afford Compound Media no more. As much as I wanted to support everybody, but it's a great network. They have uncensored stuff on it, and it's it's a fun time. It ranges. The range of shows. I haven't listened to it for a while, but when the range of shows was everything from comics to drunks to Anthony to Bill and Joanna, who just Bill. That's a little dude. That's a little dude.
Yeah, Bill's about as small as Gino's car. Bill,
I think he gave me a fake number one time because he's like, "Yeah, give me a call," and he gave me his number, and then he goes, and then I called him, and he's like, "There's no answer."
No, Bill's not the type of guy to give a fake number. I bet he just didn't pay his phone bill.
You know what? You're right. I forgot he used to steal stuff from the studio, or still does.
Employment, housing, you name it.
I mean, half the staff sleeps on the couch anyway, so it really doesn't
That's
matter.
true.
And sometimes the audience members fall asleep on the couch. But yeah, what was I gonna? Yeah, so I was listening to you from last month on Bill and Joanna's show, and you were talking about being a dad, and that your daughter kind of walked in on you in the bathroom.
Oh God, dude, she's a complete animal. She like my biggest issue. I talk about this. I have an album coming out soon. It's called Stay at Home Kevin, and which is my job title and also a command from my wife. But is he gone?
Yeah, he'll be back.
I don't think I've ever walked someone on dad material.
I know, he's like, no, I'm good.
He just pulled out of the chat.
Right? I don't know what happened. Yeah, he should be back in a minute. Oh, there he is. Okay.
I told you I'm not good at this.
That's so funny.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
I talked for 1 second about being a dad, and you pulled out of a podcast. You got such issues.
Listen, if I would have pulled out of something else a long time ago, I wouldn't have a 20-something-year-old.
Like my pull-out game ain't that good. I just
you got three, buddy.
Well, so my like I talk about this. I have an album coming out. I think my biggest challenge with being a parent is not wanting to fuck my kid up. And I think any parent thinks that, but I think it's specifically the time that we're in because we're too aware. Like as kids, we're too aware of how fucked up we are. So as parents, we try to overcorrect it, but it's too far the other way now. Now I'm too aware of what I'm doing around my daughter. So like, I don't want her to see me naked because I don't want to give her issues, but she's 2. She's never going to remember this. In fact, there's nothing memorable about me under my clothes.
Does she have an iPad? Does she have an iPad? Because those little motherfuckers, especially this is what I was saying, on the East Coast, those kids are fucking smart enough to bring an iPad with them. Yeah. Hey, Daddy, look.
Oh yeah.
Out here, they're still getting the internet. So out here, these kids will have to draw. You want to see my? Hold on, I'm gonna show you my dad naked. Give me another 25 minutes, and I'll have it. On the East and the West Coast, the kids are like, "What?
Oh yeah,
I want a pony."
100%, dude. And she's vicious too. She, my daughter calls me by my first name sometimes. Like she's 2. It's like I have custody of her 1 weekend a month. I'm like, I'm a stay-at-home father. I see you every fucking day. She's, what's funny is I'm so getting used to the small, not even small town, but like where I live right now is very like mountainy and back. Like I live on a lake. It's a complete night and day situation. My wife's from Northern California, so I'm used to like terrain and like differences outside of the city. This is like ice road truckers. This is like nothing I've ever fucking seen, dude. I have one neighbor. I was like de-icing my sidewalk with an ice pick, and I'm just like dying. I'm like just dying. And she's like this 265-year-old woman, and she yells out the window, "What are you, tired?" And I was like, "Yes,
yes, goddamn,
yes." And then I swear to God, she goes, "Winter just started." I was like, "What is this, Game of Thrones? What the fuck is happening?" So it's like all this different environment I'm getting used to. And then, like, man, around there's not much to do. So kids just, like, hang out in front of the stores, smoking weed and shit like that. And it's really funny. It's like the destination is, like, a parking lot. And my kid was born in the city, right? She's very smart. She's super savvy. She's too smart for a 2-year-old. But I tweeted about this the other day. I love this. My wife and I were walking into a Target, and there was a group of teenagers just, like, all coughing in like a fucking weed circle together, and my 2-year-old went up and asked them if they were okay. And like dear God, do I hope that someone's rock bottom moment that would make me fucking laugh so hard.
Oh, yeah.
If in like 25 years one of them are in like NA and he's like, I'll never forget the way she leaned in. It was just like, Kay.
Dude,
effect of Gino. Hey?
Right? The
Yeah,
dude
yeah.
actually thinks for a minute. I don't know. Am I?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's the thing. He goes, and you know what? I wasn't okay.
Yeah, that wasn't.
So like that, having a kid was one thing, but like, dude, kid in the house, totally different from where you are. I mean, like the first night we were where I am, it's so quiet, it's loud. So it's like I'm so used to noise that I don't hear anything happen. So like I hear something on my roof and instinctively I ignore it. I go, man, my neighbors are fucking loud. And then I realize, oh no, that's me. There's a problem on my fucking roof. Like I have to go fix that now. But the first night, like it was so quiet. Every time the house creaked, she would get scared, and it's so unsettling as like a full grown adult to look at your 2-year-old and be like, "It's okay," and then look at your wife and feel like it's okay, right? This is fucked up, dude. I'm getting used to it now, but that first week, I definitely maybe like 2 times a night would just like turn on my flashlight on my phone and just like scan the room, just because I was like, this is fucking wild out here.
And it's so weird because like it's 5 minutes away is a city-like environment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like and nobody believes me. Whenever I tell people that I used to live in Jersey and I used to live in the country because I used to live up in Sussex County,
Right.
and people were just like, but I'm like, yeah, I lived up there. They had no streetlights in my where I lived, and so the first couple weeks we're there, and you just heard creaking, and I'm like, "Fuck is that?
Yeah.
What is that?" And then everybody's like, "Oh, the bears." I'm like, whatever. We've seen bears, whatnot. And then all of a sudden, we're doing yard work one day, and my daughter was about 7, 8 years old, and you just see her the cartoon shadow of her gone, and there was a bear just came straight down the side and just stood there and turned at her, and she was gone.
No.
I shit you not, she was 20 feet away from the bear.
Oh.
Fuck that,
20 feet away
dude.
from the bear.
Fuck that. Something rubbed against the siding of my house and it woke me up, and I was like, we need to sell this house right now.
We gotta move.
It's dude, I don't fuck with animals like that. I'm afraid of wildlife, and it's not like it's not even for the joke. I'm actually like when I come home at night, I'm like, I want floodlights. I want it like The Godfather. I want to know everyone in that. I'm like, if I see a bear, I want it dead. I want its family dead. I'm like, and there's like these raccoons. These raccoons are like people, where it's a battle. You can't put your garbage out because they won't even rip into it, bro. They untie it with their fingers.
Yeah,
I'm like, any animal that knows how to fucking make a Boy Scout knot, I don't fuck with. That's like number one on my list. I do not fuck with you.
Yeah, they'll take out what they want. That this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. All right, let's put it back up. All right, we'll take this.
No, there's garbage on my yard every day like I'm in college. I'm like, you guys are fucking literally animals. You're literally fucking animals.
And they just laugh at you too, like,
yeah, no, man. There's you can hear like scampering on my roof sometimes, like fucking wild shit like that. It's unsettling.
Listen, I kind of miss that. I'm in the middle of nowhere and there's no bears here, and they're like, oh yeah, we have bears, and I'm like, where? At the fucking zoo? I'm like, the bear. Listen, we went to the zoo over here and the bear wasn't even nowhere to be found. They're like, oh, this is the black bear exhibit, and I'm like, where'd he go? There's no black bears here. Yeah. There's no bears, there's no deers, there's no nothing out here. There's like you can actually put your garbage out here, but that's the funny thing is like you put your garbage out here, and then less than a quarter mile away from my house is a cornfield.
Fuck that, dude.
Dude, you literally leave. So I tell everybody back home that like this is like Topeka is like Paramus, but like with Sussex County right outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's got everything you want in this like 50 mile, like 25 mile radius, and then after that it is desolate.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, that's like when I go back to visit my my in-laws. It's so funny to me. Everywhere I go with them, I'm like my cousin Vinny. Like it's fucking embarrassing.
The two Utes.
I really am. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like constantly. But like, I drive in Sacramento, and it's just like, dude, it's all dirt. Everything looks exactly the same. and I'll be driving and I'll go, is this the turn? No. Is this the turn? No. Is this? And then they go, my father-in-law went, you could drive around New York, but you can't make your way around here. I go, we have street signs. We have buildings. We have things where you can go, oh, look, there's 35th Street. I'm going to turn here. You have fucking dirt, man. Everything looks
Right.
the same. I swear to God, he goes, turn at the fig tree. I go, do I sound like I've ever seen a fucking fig tree? I go, what are they, grown Newtons? I have no fucking idea what a fig tree looks like.
Hey, turn at the fig tree. What the fuck? Like, what is that? Amish directions? I don't even know what that is,
What?
bro.
What?
Yeah, out here is just weird because like it's a grid system.
Yeah. Oh, we got a special guest over here.
There you go, Toilet Man. Is that Jackie Martlin?
He thought it was Kat's delicatessen.
I get one with mustard. One with mustard. But yeah, it's wild out here. What were we talking about? Fucking Jackie just made my mind just go.
No, it's just the difference in where I am now compared to where I'm coming from.
So it's the same way here, but like it's a grid system, but it's not. It's fucked because it's like somebody came from New York and tried to explain somebody from the Midwest how to make a grid system, and they went, "Oh, okay," and then they made a grid system that wasn't a grid system. So 32nd Street will go like this, and then it'll go like, and then it'll stop, and then it'll start again all the way to the other side of town, and you're like,
yeah.
That's not how a grid system works.
Right. Well, that sounds like somebody was like, they showed it to him. They're like, now make it from memory.
All right. Yeah, it's weird because I'm dude. I will yell out my car, fuck this place. I'll be like, oh, okay, southwest 35th. Okay, so if I go east, I'm gonna hit southeast 35th.
Right.
No, I'm gonna hit three factories, 2 chickens, 4 kids, and then maybe a Walmart, and then I'll hit the other side of 30. And I'm like, what the fuck?
And
by the way,
people don't understand that too. Like I try to explain to like my New York friend. This is how I explain to people what it's like to have that change of environment. Is I show my New York friends like a picture of my house. And my one friend, I swear to God, he goes, oh, man, it's got a washer and dryer. And I was like, it's a fucking house.
Yeah, it's a fucking house, bro. But I could see how that would throw off, though.
Got it.
Just,
Yeah, thanks, man.
Well, it's like living that apartment style life and shit, and then go into a house and.
Too bad.
Yeah, no, totally. So then I go, it's a fucking house. And I go, oh, get this, the security deposit. It's called a mortgage, you dumb shit. And you never get that back.
Yeah, right?
But that my now I'm gonna whisper because you whisper. My favorite thing is
It's like when you hear somebody with an accent, you're like, don't talk in that accent.
oh my God. You know how many times I've been like, don't do it. How much is it? Oh,
I still do it. Yeah.
I got a buddy that can only do a Spanish accent. And so, and he's, like I'm saying, for like anyone other than Caucasian, and he is the whitest guy you'll ever meet. And I watched him, we were trying to pull into a building, and there was a Russian superintendent, and he looked at the guy and he goes, park aquí? And I go, he's Russian. And he was like, I mean, he understood. And I was like, dude, not everyone that doesn't speak English is Spanish. Do you understand that?
He's like, well, soon enough. No joke.
It's wild out here because I'm renting this place until we get a place, and it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, and I'm paying less than what I paid out there at home, and it's 2,300 square feet for this place. It's giant.
Yeah.
So when I show people what even in our hometown, like even when I show people, I'm like, this is what you get for 500,000. They're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is 500,000. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom with 1,000 square feet, and they're like, "Oh my God!" And then I'll show them videos of those TikToks of people renting out apartments in New York City. And my favorite one is it was $1,600. There's not even a bathroom. It's just a one room, and they're like, "Oh, this is your kitchen," and it's just shelves.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, that's New York."
There's New York apartments that are like $2,500 or $3,000 a month, and they're old school tenements. So they didn't want to move the piping out of the kitchen. So there's just like a shower and a bathroom next to your stove. And like a curtain. And you're like, what is
That's
this? The
crazy.
fucking depression? This is crazy.
Dude, I saw somebody. One apartment had the toilet, the shower, and the bathroom sink all inside the shower.
Oh, I've seen that. I love that, actually.
That's
I like
wild.
So you can literally shit, shower, and shave at the same time. I'm like, oh my god.
I was gonna say it's pretty convenient in a way. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, it's just you're just shitting in the rain. It's awesome.
right? No need for a bidet. I got everything right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna shit and then I'm gonna lay it on my stomach and spread them. And then
Exactly.
let the bathroom do the work.
You better hope there's no homeless guy coming around. Oh look, a place to park my bike. When I
They
say
should
bike, I
actually-
mean my dick.
They should do that with the Port Authority. Make the whole thing a shower.
Oh,
Like think
God.
of the problems that would get fixed.
It wouldn't smell any worse.
Nope.
True.
Dude, it smells like when I tell people when everyone talks about going to New York City, I'm like, it smells like piss. Like you
Oh, yeah.
walk out of Port Authority and it smells like piss. And now before I left, this whole panorama started, like people were literally sleeping in the middle of Times Square. Like you would just walk through Times Square and there'd be people just have blankets, just chilling, just homeless people just hanging out. Like, hey, what's up? You're just laying here on a full ass mattress and just hanging out, right?
That shit is wild to me. I mean,
think-
people got to do it, but that's wild to me.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely wild. But I would take that. So I'm like, that doesn't freak me out as much as like you're gonna the Home Depot, the Riverdale Route 23 Home Depot.
My favorite Home Depot.
I went there the other day, and I went into the bathroom, and all the stalls were taken. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just wait. And I looked over, and there was someone ahead of me in line to take a shit there. And it was an old man, and he couldn't wait, so he just shit in the urinal.
I was just gonna say that.
And I was just stuck with the image of him cupping himself into the urinal. And I just walked out, and I was like, I don't know if I could live here.
Instead of I've had enough internet for today, it's like I've had enough of reality today.
Oh yeah,
Like, this
yeah.
is the whole fucking
Yeah, I got to go back online.
yeah.
Well, I mean, old people are just fun, though. Old
Of
people just don't
course.
care. I mean,
No.
I just turned 40, and I'm getting to that point where I understand, like, fuck it. I can
Oh,
understand.
for sure.
I can understand where, the old 87-year-old
What-
guy's like,
What was it? Nick Swartzen. He's like, I can't wait to get to that age when I can just like shit in a box for a gift and just give it and be like, like, oh, at least you're just senile when you're really not. You're just fucking being an old asshole.
I think old age sets in when it's not when your personality changes, it's when you accept those changes.
Right.
So
Yeah,
like for
yeah.
me, the best way to describe my personality is I once got angry at a guy on a flight that was sitting next to me because I paid for economy. So I've never economy plus or whatever. I've never paid extra to upgrade, and I did because I was flying with a kid. And the guy that sat next to me had a fake leg, which isn't the problem. The problem is he took it off, and his leg was against mine, which still doesn't really bother me. What really bothered me was if you look at the direction of where his leg would have been, he didn't have it. But if you followed the direction of the remainder of the leg he had, it was in my leg room. And it bothered me the entire flight. I could not. I was like, I know you don't have it, but even the idea of your foot being in my leg room when I paid extra for the first time is driving me fucking insane.
Oh yeah.
I had a phantom leg the whole flight.
Then you're just, well. Then after a little bit, I probably would have been sitting there imagining what the rest of it would have looked like. Just
100%. But that's like I paid for that space. I
Mhm.
don't even want the idea of your leg being where I
Well,
paid.
see that is shitty because that happens right the first time. You're like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna upgrade. Let's get comfortable, and then no.
I couldn't even get comfortable. I was like, this is fucking pissing me off, and that's my personality. That's who I am to my core.
I would have just turned to my wife and been like, his imaginary leg is right there. His imaginary leg is on my leg. It's
I
on my
did.
leg.
I
It's on my
did.
leg.
It's so funny.
Dude, I am the same way. I just like I paid for this. Like my wife doesn't complain about anything. Like I came out here and like I guess I'm the asshole because like if you don't make it the way it's supposed to be, like they just eat it here. They just go like, oh, okay. I had to be like my wife had to talk me off the ledge a couple times. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Because I'll eat it whatever the way my wife likes it a certain way. So like as soon as she's just like I see that face, I know that the face, I start to go, excuse me. And she goes, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I'll eat it. And I'm like, what? She's like, they don't do that out here. This is not what we do. We just I'll eat it. It's fine. I'm like, nah, fuck that. You paid for it. You get it the way you want it. I don't care if it's Burger King or not. You gonna get it. You gonna get it. You know. You got
Let me tell you something. When you start a sentence with "I guess I'm the asshole," you're most likely the asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm the asshole. Yes, you are.
Well, on the back end, look, this is an actual high school.
The Seaman Vikings.
Oh my god.
In this town, there's a high school called. I was just like, I'm buying every piece of clothing that I can.
That sounds like a fucking badass punk band name or something.
It's Seaman Vikings.
What's creepier is the 40-year-old wearing a high school shirt that says Seaman Vikings.
Make a good point.
What's even creepier is I bought it on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And the lady left it outside. It said a door pickup, so she left it outside. And I was texting back and forth with her, and she goes, "I left it in the bag with your name on it." And now it says Jersey Davy on my thing. So it said Jersey Davy on it. Thanks, baby. And then it said $1 because it was $1 for the shirt.
That's hilarious. I love that.
I gave $1 to a lady, and walking up to the house, it was a ramp. So she had a wheelchair. So I gave $1 to a wheelchair lady for a Seaman shirt.
Shit, that was the closest to a Viking you can get in Kentucky. Is a woman wheeling up like it's a ship.
Dude, but I'm telling you, I love it out here. It is so nice. I mean, the people, you know, that you get some people who are you know, that make you feel like you're at home. Because I have some people who, when we first got here, I still have my Jersey license plates, and some guys just come up to me and just like, "Hey, Jersey, I'm from Jersey too. I'm from the South Jersey." And I'm like, ah, cool. Yeah, Atlantic City. Been here 25 years. Yeah, how you doing? I'm like, yeah.
That's a guy that didn't pay his bookie and moved out to Kentucky.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Because he was excited to see somebody else that got out. He's like, hey.
Hey, you lost it. You got all your fingers too, or what?
You didn't die either.
Hey,
all right.
Hey, hello. How you doing? Hey,
that's
how you
the
doing?
only one that counts, baby. Listen, you guys are the best. I got to run off to this show.
Thank you, man.
Right
I appreciate you being on. Hopefully, we'll have you on again.
Let's do it soon. Yeah, let's do it soon. This is a good time.
Go follow Kevin on Twitter, Instagram, Pinochle, G&A's website. He's going to make Taylor ham, mac, and cheeses as we speak. So,
yeah.
All right, pal. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks for coming on.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Later.
Oh yeah. Good times.
Woo! That was fun. That was quick though.
Yeah, and anyone that doesn't know about him, he's a comedian. So yeah, follow him on the Twitter and stuff. And he's about to be doing a show tonight.
Yeah, he's at
right now.
He's at the stand right now. That's where he was. He was in the back green room at the stand, about to go on. But yeah, man, he was with Mencia. Mencia taught him how to do comedy. You know that's one thing that has always been weird about me with like Mencia though too, is that whole deal whenever Rogan started going after him. Yeah. Like I liked Mencia too, but then that shit happened, which I mean it is what it is. But man, but at least he knows him. And what did he say? He worked with like Artie Lang and shit too. Well, no, so he's Nick DiPaolo. Yeah. Have you ever heard of Nick DiPaolo? You have.
Oh yeah.
Dude, fucking Nick is the greatest. Yeah, you son of a bitch. Yeah, I got a bookie in the 7 and 7, 4, 4 and 42, and fuck you too, huh?
DiPaolo's pretty good. I like him. And who else is from New York? I can't remember his fucking name. Dude used to
from Boston. Okay.
Oh yeah.
DiPaolo's from Boston. Don't get it twisted. I'll come over there for you, fucking cocksucker. I'll beat your ass if you want it. I'm coming.
That'd be hilarious to have him on. We just sit back and let him rant.
Yeah. I don't want to come over here. He's the one who left New York, who left the metro area also. He went down to North Carolina. He was like, fuck this. He was one of the first ones, like out of so like I got a virus. I was trying to do this I was trying to download that stupid video of the stupid cop girl, and now I got a virus every 10
Yeah.
seconds popping up. It's like, oh, we allowed in? Yeah, sure. Boom, boom. Son of a bitch.
So I guess not.
But yeah, so there's a group of comedians that that I was like fans of, and some of them I like Kevin I became friends with, and Gino, and so yeah, Nick, I'm a huge fan of Nick's, and Nick was like always on Anthony's program talking about moving, and he's like, fuck this, Anthony, I'm out, I'm moving, and then he just all of a sudden one day just ended up in North Carolina, and he's like, this is the greatest fucking thing ever.
Oh yeah, dude, I bet he's way fucking happier there.
Yeah, dude, I'm way fucking happier here.
Oh yeah, that's basically
amazing.
Like my buddy Ryan still lives in New York. Of course, he's always calling it New Yorkistan because that's how it is, and he's super pro 2A and shit, but he can't do shit there because it sucks. Like anything you try to do, you can't even have fucking bullets mailed to your house there or anything.
Nope. No, it's different. I'm telling you, it is. It's bad when people think that when people talk about it, it's like it's everything you can think of how bad it is out there. Like you can't even drive from the range to the store to pick up food, or else you'd get a ticket or you'd get arrested.
Oh yeah,
I believe it's a felony.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. So it's like I can't even. So we go to the range and I can't even stop off for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, this is fucking ridiculous, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, that's hopefully more and more people leave there, but that's one reason. Like, I mean, Indiana it's not great, but they're doing a whole hell of a lot here. And one of the best things that happened not too long ago, I think it was Guns and Gadgets reported something that it was like our somebody here. I forgot if it was the governor or something like I can't remember because I know it wasn't Holcomb, but somebody they're signing something saying that we're not gonna abide by anything that the ATF is doing now, and I was like, fuck yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, it's once you get out here and you realize the freedoms you're supposed to have. Going back from them, it just seems tyrannical no matter what. Like if you're in a state where you just don't realize anything, like New York, where people are just used to not having firearms, and you just like, well, we never had it, and it's easy to just be like, yeah, we don't need it, we don't want it. But then when you have that, and then they go, yeah, listen, we're going to take that away from you. And you're like, well, go fuck yourself. How about that?
Right. And I couldn't imagine like living in the city and shit, like even like near me in Chicago and shit, but living in the city and not being able to have one with just like how much the criminals don't give a flying fuck.
No.
It's like, man.
They don't care. And you're just making more people criminals. But like, how do you do that? How do you just all of a sudden make a bill like, oh, you bought all this, you paid for it, you got the permits legally, now it's illegal.
Right.
What?
Right. Well, and that's another thing, like how they keep just like trying to pass their own shit, but nobody makes the laws but Congress. But yet ATF just wants to keep changing shit up. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And people still seem to abide by it. But that's why I'm glad a lot of these states are standing up saying we're not going to abide by that. Because the first thing, like we even said on non-negotiables, is get a hold of your sheriff. If anything like that starts happening, get a hold of your sheriff, because your sheriff has more power than your governor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in all honesty, unless you're banging half your platoon there, and you look, where is it? Come on, give it to me.
I know. I'm surprised I don't have I don't think I put any of the memes really on my Twitter, because I was looking down to see if I had any. Because we should just get like, oh, here's one. Man, I still can't believe this whole story.
This whole story just gave me a virus, sons of bitches.
I know, right?
Everybody got a virus, even me. The fuck.
Right. Well,
Oh.
I'm surprised she doesn't have a bunch. Who knows? But nonetheless, that's the one chick from that art.
That's Sam Bankman-Fried's
Yeah, Sam
girlfriend.
Bankman-Fried's, and then here's the chick, the cop chick. They got caught not too long ago, and then it said, "You may not like it, but this is what peak sex kitten looks like." So anyone who doesn't know this story, this cop got caught basically banging everybody on her force, and yeah, it came out big time. Like that's why I wish we had the article still too, because I can't remember exactly what happened with everything. But she was also like bragging to people about banging other people. She like flashed people at some party and stuff. Like she was just really whoring it out. I mean, you do what you do, but geez, girl, like especially like a whole police squad, like that stuff's not gonna get out.
So I got a tiny bit of the story. So hold on, I'll share my screen. Oh, did I do it again? Did I do it again? Hold on. Nope, that's not what I want to share. Get out of here. I forgot to do the share audio.
Oh, there you go.
All right. This is a little bit of what happened.
Officers involved in sex while on duty: Patrol Officer Megan Hall, Patrol Officer Juan Lugo Perez, Sergeant Lewis Powell, Detective Seneca Shields, Sergeant Henry, K-9 Officer Larry, Patrol Officer Patrick, and Patrol Officer Gavin Schoborough. Hobbs says details of the investigation made public so far have shaken public confidence in the PD.
There's definitely going to be a time period where we're going to have to really emphasize rebuilding the trust of our community.
Officers,
listen, that was the sound of a train going, because they had to put the sound of a train.
It's hilarious,
just in case we didn't understand it. But it's in. Oh, there's. Oh, somebody put the video. And this is a great Chappelle skit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna send that back to the joint. You know how we living out here. You know what I mean?
I saw Katie with Tyree and Lysol, and I worked my way through it.
Do your thing there, doggy. Yeah. Yo, you hold it down? I'm trying to make love over here. Yeah, we're gonna send that.
Dude, and I can't believe that they put out the story after that too. The husband is standing by her, like trying to fucking back. Like, oh my god, dude.
But she was just this girl that she was the nerd whose parents she got out and then just went buck wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was. She got some attention and she went buck wild, and that's what happened.
Dude, it's so crazy.
The internet is just phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's yours.
Yep.
The internet is just great.
Dude, the internet is always gonna win with anything like that. Your wife, the guy she's banging, the guy she's banging, the guy she's banging. You.
The guy is the dog.
Oh man. That's hilarious.
Oh, holy the internet is the greatest, but that K-9 cop is wow. Those two, I mean, I just some guys just, I'm gonna stick by my wife. Well, you do that, pal. If your wife was, my wife was banging the entire town, and
I'm sorry, but no, yeah, she just made a whole laughing stock out of you and her.
Yeah, and it's just.
Oh my god. Oh, and like fucking Mike Goldberg from UFC, like virtually identical.
They risked their whole career for a bit that looked like Morty. Holy shit. Oh, the internet is phenomenal. The internet is just fantastic. I don't know, man. He's got it. He had to know. The husband had to know.
You know, I would almost think so, but
He had to know his wife was into some kind of like thing, and she probably asked him, and he was just like, I don't know. And then she was like, all right, fine, I'm just gonna do it without you. And he's like, I really don't want you to. And then
yeah, like he's like, I'd rather you not. She's like,
Yeah.
well, I did.
yeah, I'm going to, and it's happening, and it's just like, I mean, it's Tennessee, bruh. You can find a 3.5 better than that.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It
And one
probably
that
won't.
one that doesn't look like Morty with a fucking movie theater forehead.
Rick, I don't think I could do the whole cop. I don't think I could do
Right.
the whole station, Rick. You gotta get in there. You gotta do it, Morty.
Oh,
No,
speaking
Rick.
of the internet wins too, how about we go ahead and watch this fucking setup? This is so fucking ridiculous, man.
I recognize those
laughing.
two cops. They were in Tennessee.
Right, there they are. And then look, there's a fucking boom mic.
Wie sieht's denn aus mit der Badstraße?
This is ridiculous. You don't get arrested, especially by like these kind of guys like this. They're just standing there, no handcuffs, just come on.
For a girl who doesn't like to use electricity and eats vegan, she sure got a little pudgy.
Yeah, and she and for her wanting all this environmentalism shit, that bag she's toting is a fucking Nike bag. Why don't you go to China and protest over there? Seeing how they're the ones who do all the fucking most polluting. Dude, it's when I saw that and her laughing and everything else, I'm like, how is everyone not seeing that this is a total just fucking mockery setup?
Dude, it's willful ignorance. It
Mhm.
really, people just don't want to see things. They don't want to see it. They just think everybody's lying, and they'll just look at the television and just go, see, it's not happening. It's not. I don't know what everybody's talking about. She didn't really do. Yeah. You have Eric Swalwell and them upset that they were thrown off committees. Meanwhile, Nancy Pelosi was throwing people off committees left and right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Eric, and like McCarthy made the good point of Swalwell can't even get fucking security clearance in places. Like, you really want him on anything?
Yeah. He was banging a Chinese spy 2 at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't talk to a guy like Mo Green like that. But it's just like, you're gonna really trust a guy who is intentionally banging a Chinese spy, knowing he knew. Right,
exactly.
He knew, and it's just these people just got way too much money, man, and we see it all the time. And this Sheila Lee Jackson, Congressman Sheila Lee Jackson, just introduced a bill that would make it a criminal federal crime for white people and white people only to criticize mass immigration or to say anything that she claims would vilify a non-white person or group. That is a complete infringement.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
On your First Amendment right. Complete. You're allowed to say whatever you want about anybody. And the fact that you're going to do it based on somebody's skin color. So what happens? What happens to me? I'm a minority.
Right. Exactly.
I'm a minority, but I'm white, what they call white passing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
when I hear that, I'm like, what's passing the white though? Like, it's staying. It ain't passing. It's fucking staying. What do you like? That's the stupidest fucking thing. Well, they're passing off at, like, that's what they're trying to say, but that's that wordplay bullshit for the cultural Marxism.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's some of it, and and that's the whole thing. Is it's only toward white people. How can people not be like that? That is completely fucking racist. Which I'm sure that quite a few are, but anyone on the Democrat side that is looking at this is like, oh yeah, that's fine.
Because it's the same fucking idiots that say black people can't be racist. It's the same fucking idiots that claim they can be prejudiced, but they can't be racist. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. It's just a different word. You don't like somebody based on this color of their skin. Okay,
exactly.
The same thing. It has nothing to do with power. Nowhere in it does it say dynamic power, white, whatever, whatever they say. It's so stupid. I don't even know what they say. They just say it because white people have power now that, that black people can't be. Oh, there's my other one. There it was. My pocket doll. Told you people, we're dumb. Anyway, so you can't sit there and say black people can't be racist. They can only be prejudiced. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter. Cool. Black people don't have power. Yeah. How about this? How about two people commit a crime? What up, Will? You're transracial. Yeah, we know. From the belt up. From the belt
What
down.
up, Will?
Fuck. But yeah, it's like let two people commit the same crime and watch which one gets more news coverage, watch which one gets a longer sentence. You know, it's what are you talking about? The power. Look at all these people that they get their sentence communicated, and then next thing you know, they're killing more people. Oh, well, why was he let out of jail in the first place? Oh, this judge
Right.
had leniency on him because he had a bad upbringing.
Well, what I don't get is when they say that they don't have any power, it's like, well, quite a few are in prominent positions. So when you say that, it's kind of negated. I mean, I really don't see how you say they don't anymore. I mean, a long time ago, that was a long time ago.
But it's like, and I'm so sick and tired of hearing about the past.
Mhm.
Okay, on the past, so here's an idea, straight up from the way. Here's an idea. So then, if you're gonna go and beat those dead people up, go ahead, go in the past.
Well, they're
beat
trying.
those people up.
They're trying to in California with the whole reparations thing, but guess what? California was never a fucking slave state, and I'm pretty sure none of them are descendants of anything like that. So
more taxpayer dollars going to bullshit. Bullshit. And then what? They're gonna $5 million, and I guarantee you they only spend $2 million to give to people, and the other $3 million it goes to this foundation, and then it goes to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Or it's going
Which
to go
goes back, and then Bill and Melinda Gates donated $3 million to. Oh, where did Bill and Melinda Gates get $3?
Well,
know.
let's suck all that back in for sustainable energy to where we put smart meters on your shit, and then we fucking kill off your heat in winter, and your AC in the summer because of power grid.
We can't.
But yeah, we want you to have electric cars.
Well, we can't see. We only can see the text that's on here. We can't see on here and Twitch. We don't see anything on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. I don't think we can see the comments if there is now.
But that's another thing is the power grid thing. Like, how do people not understand that the power grids aren't meant to hold all that energy, and we have rolling blackouts as it is, and don't understand that it's a form of control. And Tim Pool says it all the time. They just want to control it, so that way they go, your car goes, nah, you're not going to work today because you used too much energy this weekend. But I got to go to work and make money. No, you could stay home, and we'll pay you to stay home. Or as a matter of fact, you can go to work here, and we'll pay for your energy for your car.
Right. Well, and that's kind of like what the whole WEF thing is trying to point toward, is like non-ownership of cars, or trying to have it very little to where you either start sharing or walking, because they literally want, what do they call it, smart cities or 15-minute cities where you get around very fast and easy. And that also means public transportation. So you have to sit next to somebody, even if you don't fucking want to. And that's why they're trying to push people out of the rural areas into there, so they control the fucking farmland and all that shit. And your asses stay in these fucking dense areas.
Yeah. And then we're all sucked into the matrix.
In
real life, not in like thought.
We're gonna be talking. Well, I'm gonna be talking about a whole lot of that tomorrow. That fucking Agenda 2030 shit. I've been going through that, dude. Oh my god, I went through it. So many fucking globalist buzzwords. It's ridiculous. They use sustainability like 1,100 times. That's not even a number, but they use it that many times. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Constant sustain. The only way that they sustain anything is through fucking authoritarianism, saying you can't have this, we control it.
Got a question for you. How many people are at the WEF?
Quite a few.
You'd say 1,000, 100?
As far as representatives and shit, probably somewhere around, I would at least say 100. But I mean, probably at least like almost one from every country. So maybe a couple hundred, somewhere around there.
How'd they get there?
Oh, by all their fucking private planes that they're not going to give up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. The people telling you that you need to be living in close quarters to everybody else and not drive, are taking private planes to Davos.
Oh, and they were what's it called? They were trying to get Old Boy to talk during that. It was Rebel News, I think, or not Rebel News. Yeah, Rebel News was talking to the Pfizer CEO.
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
Ari, right? The Jewish guy from Australia
What?
that was talking to the guy from Pfizer.
I think so. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and he would not answer a fucking question at all. But then they caught Klaus Schwab. It was like an independent journalist, and he said a couple words to him, and he asked them where they were from, and they said independent journalist. He's like, "No, I not talk to you."
Yeah,
Of course not.
Of course, because the whole did you see? Well, I mean, you saw it because we did what we did, but fucking Steven Crowder,
Mm-hmm.
fucking Steven Crowder, my friend, put it. He laid it out there and showed everybody that
Right.
all media, no matter what side you're on, all media is in it together.
Right. I'm gonna pull up one of his. Okay, yeah, here we go. I'll pull this one up. Let me get the volume going outside and make sure it's. Yeah, but yeah, he's calling out all the big media, which I mean, obviously we know about regular big media, but mainly he's calling out the media that a lot of us may have trusted. Which I quit really watching a whole lot of media a while ago, but nonetheless, what he talks about here shows even the people that you might have trusted don't.
Big tech is in bed with big con. The people you thought, the people I thought were fighting for you, a lot of it has been a big con. Now, I'm specifically avoiding naming names or going after individuals in this video because I genuinely hope that those I'm addressing, and you know who you are, have a change of heart. Don't sign these contracts. I now know what you are signing out there. I have the luxury of not having to. Let me go through this. If any of the major platforms issues a content strike such that Crowder cannot be monetized on such platform, the fee will be reduced by 25%. And then another 20% of it happens on Apple. And then another 10% of it happens on Facebook. And then another 10% of it happens on Spotify. And then if you get a strike, meaning a suspension, another 20%. Just to drive it home. You get hit by a car, you have a sick day, you could lose $100,000 a day. This is what's sent out to everybody. Big tech is in bed with big con.
See, and like that's the whole thing is that too. Whenever he put it out, there was like people still kind of giving him shit, like, "Oh, you already knew."
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Wait, hold on.
But whenever he put that out, there was people.
Stupid virus got me.
There was people giving him shit about even when he put it out because he wasn't giving out names and shit. It's like, just stop. At least he's fucking showing what's going on. What, can you not hear me? No, I don't think Davey can hear me. Uh-oh. Technic nulties. You good now?
Hello?
Yep, I can hear you.
I gotta get out and come back. Son of a biscuit.
Well, it's going to be me for just a minute. But nonetheless, at least Crowder started showing that even these companies like, Fox and all this, what I'm sure he's talking about, Daily Wire probably too, basically he's saying that they can't talk about the shit that everybody wants them to talk about or that we want them to talk about. Obviously, it's shit that they just can't because of strikes, and it goes along with the whole censorship deal. So if that's going to keep happening, he's gonna have to go independent, and that's what he's trying to do. And he's putting out stuff for content creators to possibly come and work with him. And who knows how he's gonna get anything else going, really. I mean, we'll see with that, but at least he's putting something out, showing that all these motherfuckers are exactly the same way as the leftist liberal media. But even Fox, I think, is owned by something like that. So yeah, it doesn't really matter what you end up watching. You're gonna end up propagandized or not with the total truth that you want. Either way,
I'm never doing that again. This is one of the things that I hate about Windows. I hate when you do something and it's like, yeah, I want to download. Let's check out the girl getting banged. The gangbang girl. And now all of a sudden, yeah, allow this. Yeah, sure, no problem. Son of a bitch. But yeah, what was I saying? I'm just like, son of a bitch. This whole thing's fucked. But yeah, we're all fucked.
Yeah. Oh, and also tomorrow we go into our national debt.
Yep.
So we're gonna reach the peak, and I have a feeling something is not going to be good with that. That it's probably I know that they're probably going to have some sort of meeting and talk about it. They're probably going to raise more fucking interest rates or something like that. Then they're going to try to vote on raising the debt, and of course, Republicans are going to end up going along with it. And if they try not to, fucking Blinky KJP was already talking about, oh, they're going to hurt everybody if they don't. But you guys have already been killing off our economy like crazy by sending all this money to fucking Ukraine in a war we aren't involved in.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is everybody makes this out to be like, you know, that lady, the blonde-headed lady that tells the news on TikTok. She's a blonde-headed older woman. She tells the news anyway, but you know, she kind of has a liberal bias to it, and she's like, yeah, well, what'll happen is Social Security be cut. You won't, the troops won't get paid, and is it? Listen, why is it all that? Why isn't it? Why are we at the debt ceiling? Why are we not cutting? Why did Biden just sign $800-something million back to the military? $800-something billion into the military.
And didn't the Pentagon or something just fail their 5th audit not too long ago? Also, it's like, where'd the fuck did that money go?
I don't know. It's just it's ridiculous and it's stupid, and people just don't, you know. And the news will tell you, well, that's what the Crowder thing, like, you know, they'll just tell you what they want to tell you, and that's it. And then you'll just be like, oh, no, the Social Security, they're going to cut Social Security. And okay, well, here's an idea. Why are they cutting Social Security? Where is that money going? Where does every taxpayer dollar goes to a bunch of stuff? Where's that money going? Oh, yeah, to fight a proxy war we're not even in.
Yeah.
To give money to people that we don't even, I mean, it's so stupid and blatant, and it's such in your face. Like you saw that Hunter Biden was paying his dad $50,000 a month in rent.
Right.
50,000, 10 times more than any other rent in Delaware.
Right. That would be like, exactly. Yeah. That'd be like a mortgage on like a crazy ass house out in California or something.
Yeah. That's a
a
penthouse in Manhattan. $50,000 a month.
But yet that's just fucking normal. That has no sort of like a money laundering scent to it at all or anything. No,
doesn't sound like 10% for the big guy at all. Doesn't you know? Could you imagine? You were paying me, or I was paying you $50,000 a month for a mortgage on a house with like mine. The IRS would be up our keister like, well, 50,000. That the house is not assessed at that much.
Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, but no, they want $600. You got $600 in your Venmo account, and you paid your bills with it. Oh, we got to tax you. Not only did we fucking tax you when we took it out your paycheck, not only are we going to tax you when you fucking pay your light bill, now we're going to fucking tax you on top of paying your light bill, on top of you paying your light bill,
Right.
I'm not angry at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they got their hands so far up our ass, and people are just sitting there and just smiling. They're just like the husband in Tennessee. Like, yeah, baby, I know half the squad, the entire squad has been inside you, but you know what? I still love you.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That would actually be a pretty good meme. Make something like that with like him standing next to the government. He's like, I forgive all them too. That just like her.
It's just so, every time you think about it, you're getting fucking and what they did here in this, they fucked us. They fucked us here. They lowered they lowered the food tax, yet they're still charging you 2 taxes because system's messed up.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, dude, and I like how people try to say shit about Social Security. I'm sorry. You're probably not going to get it anyways after a while. And most likely it's already gone down. And guess what? It's taxable income too, which makes no fucking sense because you already paid in and taxed. Why are they taxing you again?
Yeah. You use tax dollars to pay for it. It's just, it's irritating. And people just are just so blatantly like, oh, well, you know.
Right. Well, and like, I know I keep saying like my biggest thing too is how I keep telling everybody anytime all this shit keeps happening, they're like, oh, stop giving away money. But well, then we need to stop paying them. Like, but I know we need a large majority, but a lot of us need to just stop fucking go exempt, so that way they have to fucking listen. Once they start losing a lot of fucking revenue, yeah, people are gonna be like, well, they'll come after you. Well, let them come after all of us.
Yep.
For God's sakes, they work for us.
Little Scotty did say it only took 3%.
Yeah.
But I mean, who cares? Let's just go for as much as possible. Why are you just settling for 3%?
Right.
Lawyers aren't going to settle for 3%. Lawyers are
Right.
going to take as much as they can. So let's do the same thing. Let's take as much. Yeah, listen, let's all.
Well, and speaking of lawyers, that's like that whole IRS thing, how they keep trying to say they're going to go after the big people, the big fishes with all the money and shit. No, they're not, because they're going to take that money that they have and get lawyers. They're going to keep them wrapped up forever, and they're going to come after us, people without fucking money. They can get those lawyers, and they're going to try to fuck us all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like you said, they're gonna charge you $500 for not paying, and then what are you gonna get, a lawyer? And then what? And then you know what they can do? They can literally garnish your check.
Mm-hmm.
They can literally garnish your check if they wanted to. And it's like,
yeah, which is not right.
No, the Federal Reserve, not even a government agency, can go into your money and take all your money. Like, I was so shocked and I was so disgusted by, you remember that Atlas Gym in New Jersey?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know what the government did with their money, right?
I don't know. I didn't hear.
So they wouldn't close. They kept getting fined.
Yeah.
So somebody set up, or they might have set up a GoFundMe. They were getting the money in the GoFundMe, and the money was going to the bank. The government took their money, all of it. All the money that they raised for their lawyers, the government seized it. And that's what, what up?
What up?
And that's what we pay them for. That's what we pay them for. We pay them to take money from people who are trying to defend themselves against the people who work from us. Who work for us.
Right, exactly. And they had no reason to take it, because he wasn't receiving it for like any illegal activity or any fucking thing like that. And also, like how you're talking about that, what are those civil forfeitures? How like the government is just taking money from fucking people when they have a bunch of cash on them that they can't prove for any illegal activity or anything. And I forgot what bank it was. I think last year or something like that, or maybe 2 years ago now, that the FBI went in and seized like all those fucking lock boxes and took millions of fucking dollars.
Yeah. Yeah. The government just takes it. That's all they do. It's the biggest corrupt. They're worse than the mob.
Mm-hmm.
They're worse than the mob.
Well, what's the only difference between a street gang and the government is length of establishment and size.
Yeah. And at least the mob actually knows how to run shit.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Vegas. Vegas used to be run by the mob. It was great. People were having fun and having a good time, making money, losing money, making money, losing. The government comes in, steps in, and now what? You got homeless people losing their mortgage.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, that's what pisses me off with this whole crypto thing. Like, it's a great idea and shit, but it's like it's never going to get to where we want it, because of the government wants regulation and they want their fucking cut that they don't deserve. That's why even like, yeah, a lot of these guys are fucking people over and shit. Okay, get them out. I can understand shit like that, but that they're getting ready to be cracking down on it even more, because they caught another guy, Russian dude, that another crypto inventor. I think it was in Miami today. And then that's when the Justice Department said that they want like a worldwide crackdown on cryptocurrency now and shit.
But where's SBF? Don't hear anything about him, right?
Nope.
Don't hear nothing about him. If he was Bernie Madoff, you'd still hear about him.
Well, it's because he was giving all that money he even gave some to Republicans, I guess is what he was saying, but he gave so much fucking money to the Democrats and shit. Maxine Waters fucking like was blowing kisses at him and shit.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've seen that bitch happy ever. She looks like she looks like she's unapproachable, never happy.
Dude, I was watching some videos that I had from a couple years ago, and she was in during the riots and having the mask on and everything like that, and you could see the scowl inside the mask. You could see how like angry she like what you have millions of dollars, lady. What are you angry about? Is your husband and Paul Pelosi getting it on together?
Right.
You know, those people just never look happy.
Oh no.
And it's
The only one that looked halfway happy all the time was fucking Pelosi because she was permanently stuck
Oh.
like that. She looked like she was surprised all the time.
that woman has she has like 4 sets of eyebrows. That lady.
Yeah, right.
Holy shit.
Oh, it's been wonderful not hearing her talk lately.
Good morning. Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
And
Oh, and then whenever
and
and then when she
oranges.
and then when she left, what'd she say? Schwanza or whatever you guys celebrate. Do you not see how much she doesn't fucking care about you guys?
No. You know how much she doesn't care? She was bragging about $25 ice cream.
Oh yeah.
$25. You gotta have the ice cream. It's $25. They didn't give a shit. They don't care. They locked us all down. They lived in their mansions. They got to do whatever they want. And then I made a mistake 7 times. 7 times you were caught. That's just it. And people just don't. When I scroll through Twitter and I see these like lives of these people, and I swear to God, I think they just do it for views. They just do it to argue with people, and they do it for views.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's so toxic on that level. So I try not to get involved with some of that shit. I just try to scroll through it and just make stupid cat videos, which mine just went off for no reason. Because I said the girl was talking about quitting her job because she's working 9 to 5 every day, 4 days a week, and her weekends she just wants to sleep. These fucking kids, man! I swear to God.
Oh,
I swear to God,
like fucking the mentality is so lazy, and I don't want to do anything. And oh my God, there was this one article I just saw not so long ago. This chick said that she felt more comfortable and respected doing porn than working at like a Starbucks or something. I was like, oh my God, you are literally getting your shit beat on fucking film and shit. You definitely are not being respected, but you can't handle actually people in real life. Like, wow.
Listen, people in real life are assholes. Not
Yeah,
gonna
they
lie.
are, but
at
man.
least in porn, you kind of sometimes know what you're getting. Well, most of the times you know what you're getting. Listen, he's gonna punch you in the face, he's gonna choke you out a little bit. Okay. You get to Starbucks and then you got 14 kids walking in the door trying to steal stuff and then trying to pay you in change. I got the change. What do you mean you got the change? I got money. That's coffee. Get out of here.
That's especially now. That's a lot more now with the way that shit is. I definitely agree, but that's also what like what Dan Holloway said. I think it was on Citizen one day when he was like, you don't have the right to be offended. Like we don't have to rework the road for your kids or for anybody else. You need to prepare everybody else for the road because the road is what it is.
Yeah.
And by you trying to reshape the road for everybody else, the only thing that includes is authoritarianism for you to fucking say you can't do this or you have to be like this.
Well, I mean, when you have one person that paves the road, right? It goes the way it's supposed to. When you have 10 different people trying to make a road 10 different ways.
Oh yeah.
It this way. It's just this. You're fucked. You're fucked. You know, it's just unfortunately you have the one guy, let it go. Just you have to prefer, and that's the problem. A lot of these people, and I was saying with Kevin, like they let their kids grow up on their tablets and on their phones. They don't raise their kids. Like I watched the Andrew Tate Vice did a thing about Andrew Tate about him getting arrested and all this stuff. And they were saying that like he's doing this Hustlers University, and kids as young as 11 and 13 are putting Andrew Tate videos out there, and and it's like, why? What parent? So you're going to blame Andrew Tate for putting out this stuff online, but you're not going to blame the parent for allowing their child to put this stuff on their own pages.
Right. Exactly.
Like it's not. And then it was like, because it was weird because it was like, oh, well, Andrew, if you get somebody to sign up, you get 50% of their commission. I'm going, what fucking 13-year-old has a bank account?
Right.
Where does this? How did they get this money? Like how? Where are they going to get this 50% commission go to? They get a check? Does Andrew send them a check? Thank you, Mr. 13-year-old. It's like, well,
right.
It just makes no sense. And then, they were going, I mean, what Andrew Tate does I think, in my personal opinion, in his private life, is his own fucking shit. But like he making men, dude. You have to pay $5,000 if you want to pay $5,000 to go to a secret island and get punched in the face to be a part of this thing. It's your fucking money. You can do whatever you want,
Right.
And if you're letting Andrew Tate run your life, you can do whatever the fuck you want. It's your money, okay? Does he say some things that are controversial? Yeah. You know why? Because we've quelled everybody from saying stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
So now it all becomes shock, Yeah. You know what Howard Stern used to do?
Right.
You know what some of these Opie and Anthony used to say? And you tell me that, this guy that all of a sudden came out of nowhere, who's been saying this his entire life. This guy's got money. That's what happens when you have money.
Right.
They're gonna let you do whatever you want.
Oh yeah.
For the most part.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. Well, yeah, Tate definitely said that when he said he was on the regular flights and shit, and then he bought his own private jet, and it was nothing, no masks, no nothing.
Yeah.
COVID didn't fucking exist because he had money.
Yeah, but it was just you can tell
Oh,
the
yeah.
skew because the guy is just like what you think about Crowder's video with conservative.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, we were talking about that, and then my fucking computer just went. But yeah, just to finish on the Andrew Tate thing, you can tell which way it went because the guy from Vice is just like you're not going to apologize for things you said and and say you won't say me. No, fuck you.
No, yeah.
That's not my job is not to raise your children. You raise your children. If you don't want your 15-year-old, and he had a 14-year-old girl, the boys, they don't, they think girls are their property. Yeah, here's an idea. It's their parents' fault for letting them watch Andrew fucking Tate.
Right.
So if the parents let him watch Andrew Tate, the parents' fault. It's not Andrew Tate's fault. Stop blaming other people for other people raising your children.
Right. And I'm real sick of that whole are you gonna apologize fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
No. No. As soon as somebody apologizes, that means you and the whole mob won. And guess what? It doesn't stop there.
Nope.
Once you fucking apologize once, you are fucking downhill.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yep.
Basically. Yeah, but I mean it's just, but like Rich just, and we were talking about the whole Steven Crowder thing, like they're all in it, and he's pissed, man.
Yeah,
he's pissed.
Well, I'm glad. Like, and I said, I'm glad he showed it, and like people, like I said, people were getting mad because he wasn't naming names or whatever else, but at least he's showing shit. Like, quit trying to give him shit about stuff. Like, at least he's doing something good. He didn't want to fucking call out people that he might be fucking friends with.
Yeah, and eventually might end up working with when they say see this, and maybe they'll change their fucking tune.
Right.
Maybe they could change their tune, but I mean, it's not. To be honest with you, I don't think it's just one company. It's all of them.
It's all of them.
It's all of them. Why do you think we have the Fox News is, well, you really, you can't really say that. And then, you can't say this and you can't.
Fuck. Well, they finally started talking about Soros and stuff. But that one, when Newt Gingrich went on there and he started trying to talk about Soros, and that bitch was like, no, well, don't talk about him. And he was like, why? He funded all this shit. And she's like, no, he didn't. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah. It just means that you're not paying attention. You don't follow the money.
Well, I mean, look at that fucking Chinese bitch that I sent you the video from last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I saw that and I was like, please tell me. I'm trying to think of, I was like, is this like old? And then I'm like, no, it's Don Lemon's morning show. This is fucking new.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, I was like, wait a minute. Is she really saying, can you pull it up?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It's like, is she really saying this? Like, and then people are going to sit there and go, well, maybe we should. Fuck you.
Oh, yeah. Dude, when I saw this, I started fucking getting pissed and kind of going off about it because it's something that we've all been saying for fucking almost 3 years, 2 years.
Saying the same fucking thing. And and then people telling us we're crazy and we're stupid and all this. You don't fucking get you. Yeah, you just deny it. You just the vaccine deny.
Yeah, Andrew, I'm about to show her video right now of her saying this shit. Did I already get that going through? Yeah.
Mind you, really quickly, this woman said that if you do not get the vaccine, you should not be able to live life. You should
Exactly.
not be able to go out. You should not be able to do anything because the carrot is getting because they might not
Yeah.
have the ability to wave that carrot in your face for
Yeah,
much
how do
longer.
you have these incentives to, if people are enjoying this freedom, how do we incentivize for others to enjoy this freedom if they're vaccinated and they're not? Yeah, that's this kind.
That's this fucking bitch.
Doctor, these are two separate things here. Overcounting deaths and overcounting hospitalizations. As you know, I covered this closely being in the Trump White House when this happened. I talked to a lot of health officials about this who are actually kind of skeptical of this claim that you're making. And I think one big thing has been, what is the evidence that these COVID deaths are actually being overcounted?
Pause it for a sec.
Well, this is the reason.
I like how she tried to discredit her right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat. I'm going to just discredit you and just be like, well, Doc, you're wrong, but let's hear what you have to say. I'm going to let you know that, even though you've been on this program and this network a million times in the last 3 years.
Right.
I tell you, I've talked to a lot of people that weren't you.
And there was a lot of places that came out and said that they fucking inflated the numbers. I forgot how many fucking reports. Oh my God. And I know it was like the CDC at one time went from like 15,000 or 1,500 cases or something like that down to like 100.
The fucking CDC website said it themselves, only 6%.
Yeah, that was they did report that
on the website. I remember me and Trish were doing the fucking math. Nothing made sense.
Yeah,
nothing made sense. We were adding everything. Oh, I'm hot tonight.
So why this kind of transparent reporting is going to be so important. There is a way for us to look at death certificates and also to look at the medical records of individuals prior to their death. And I think this needs to be separated into three categories. One is the COVID as a direct contributor, the primary cause of death. The second is, could it be a secondary contributing cause? So for example, somebody with kidney disease, COVID then pushes them over the edge to have kidney failure. That's COVID as a contributing cause. And then the third is COVID as an incidental finding. So somebody coming in with a gunshot wound or a heart attack and they happen to test positive. I think that we need to separate out and look at the percentages of each. That percentage would have shifted over time as well. In the beginning, probably a lot more people were dying with the primary cause of COVID. That probably has shifted. And I think, again, we need to understand this. Another reason to understand this too is a lot of people are wondering when they should get a booster next. When do we need a second booster or another booster? And the only way we can know for sure is to understand who is getting severely ill and when.
But doesn't that change who? Doctor, these are two separate things here.
Oh man, like she sounds like a fucking robot for one, and like somebody that I just cannot trust the way that just something about her.
Yeah, her face.
Yeah,
doesn't move.
Yeah,
it doesn't. We have to just listen to what I say and not what I really mean. And what I've said in the last 2 years means nothing. Maybe
means nothing now. Even
sorry,
yeah. Well, even though plenty
the gunshot wound, they literally used that in the first year, maybe 6 months. If somebody comes in with a gunshot wound and they're positive, they will go down as a COVID death.
Well,
they
dude
literally
fucking
said that.
No, yeah, and dude died in a fucking motorcycle accident, and they marked it as COVID. Then it came out later that's how he died, was a fucking motorcycle accident. And dude, I guarantee there was so many that they fucking put down because of the incentives. They went through the hospitals. There was literal incentives.
I've been saying that since the beginning. It's in the fucking bill.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
In the COVID bill.
What was it?
Every hospital got $40,000 for every COVID death.
Yeah, and it was $3,500 for every positive COVID fucking test. Like
40,000 for every. And AOC was sitting there telling everybody, maybe if somebody died, make sure you go back and tell them that they died, and and make sure that it's marked on their death certificate COVID.
Yeah.
And you guys want to believe, and people want to believe that it's conspiracy. It's just a conspiracy. Nobody was making money. You really think the hospitals are a private entity?
No, I don't know. Well, when they say it's a conspiracy, I'm like, yeah, you're fucking right. It is a conspiracy because it's people conspiring to fuck everybody and distort everything so you don't fucking believe any fucking thing that anybody is saying, no matter if we were right or not. And then when it does come out they're right, that's right now they're doing the slow leak, the slow reveal of everything.
Yeah. Did you hear Potato Head, Fatso, Brian Stelter?
Oh, yeah.
Talking about disinformation?
Yeah, at the WEF.
Excuse me? You are telling people about disinformation.
Yeah.
Mr. Disinformation himself telling people about disinformation. I'm sick and tired of disinformation because that's everything.
Oh yeah.
She she was raped.
Well,
Your Honor,
yeah.
that's disinformation. What?
That's the whole thing. It's like it's not a fucking either truth or lie anymore because it's all again the cultural fucking Marxism where they're changing up words the way that people think and all that shit, and it's coming into that group think because every single time they say disinformation or democracy or all of that, it's constant group think, so it makes people think one fucking way.
Yeah, it's just. And I forget who I was. I was watching something today, and they were talking about. Oh, it was Rogan was having a conversation with Shane Gillis and someone else about the election, and they're trying to get your kids and on both sides, and how your kids are being taught to like hate other people at like a young age and everything like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's what they're doing. They're getting these kids and they're going, get your vaccine shots. Make sure if your parent isn't vaccinated. That was another thing. Like these kids nowadays will fucking tell on their parents. Could you imagine telling on your parents?
That's fucked up. No, my mom would punch me in the mouth.
My parents would. My dad hit me once, and that was because I kind of told him that he was the reason why my mom went Looney Tune. No, and not knowing now that it wasn't his fault. But when you're a kid, you don't know, and you just mouth off. And that was the only time my dad ever grabbed me by the throat. Wait until
there's a new Event 201 out.
I don't disbelieve it.
I don't disbelieve it either.
So yeah, so that was the one time. But like my parents would have beat the hell out of me if I told on them. My mom used to beat me, and I went to school with an imprint of my mom's engagement ring on my head. And they're like, "What happened?" I was like, "I was talking back to my mom, and I got punched in the face." And they're like, they're not supposed to do that. I was like, I was just, I was being misbehaving. I talked back to my mom, and she punched me. What do you want me to? I was out of line. What can I say? So
they're not supposed to do that. I think they are. They do.
They call diapers and everything. Mom's in there crying. And then she comes out and I love you. Don't ever fucking do that again. It was like, and that's the way we grew up. Now these fucking kids, it's just like I just saw another. They just allowed kids to get vaccinated at 12 without parental consent. Why?
It's fucking ridiculous. Especially without parental consent. That's the most fucked up fucking part.
You want to talk about grooming? That's where it begins.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the grooming begins.
Exactly.
Because don't tell your parents, kids, that we're the cool people. Well, you want to come in? Come here. Don't tell your parents you got vaccinated. We'll get you vaccinated.
Oh yeah, that's that whole deal with like in the schools and shit too. Like if a kid wants to say that they're identifying a certain way or whatever else, they're saying that the parents aren't supposed to be able to know or allowed to know. It's like, motherfucker, we had that kid. That kid is ours, not yours, not state. Well, it's not states of the property, but they seemingly think it is.
Yeah.
Like property of the state.
Yeah, they think.
Oh, I think I've heard of that. Okay. I think I've heard of some of that before. There might be some on Rumble. It's called Catastrophic Contagion Event. You won't find it here. No, definitely not on here, but I think I've seen some on Rumble about it. But the thing that's going to be coming up now, that what Klaus Schwab keeps trying to say is the whole fucking cyber attack. Like they're fucking lingering that shit like something ain't going to happen in the next couple of years. It's just always putting it right in our face every time.
So you need to teach me about blockchain, because apparently that's where everything's gonna. That's the new information. That's the new thing that is going to be. They're saying if you get into it now, that
basically blockchain is crypto. Like it's basically crypto. It's just, like I can explain more about it later. And
just give you money and you just do what you do.
Well, but
here, Scott, take this money, put it in something, put my name on it. We're good.
Like for me though, I'm getting out of crypto because I don't know. Like,
but I'm hearing like it's not if you have it, not like I did it with because I was part of that Sam Bankman fuckface. I put in $200 and bought some stuff on there, and I was just like. And then, and that's what happened. But they're saying if you buy that stuff and then put it on a blockchain, then you have it and nobody can touch it. That's what you're supposed to do with crypto. And that's what eventually, and we've been talking about it, Eventually,
Right.
that's where we're going. So if you get in and buy some stuff now or have it on what they say is the blockchain, so because nobody can get into it, they're saying that you're getting on basically the ground floor of what money is.
Right. Well, you don't necessarily get on the blockchain. The blockchain
Blockchain
itself
comes
is
for you.
Yeah, right. It comes for you, bitch.
I didn't land on the blockchain. The blockchain landed on us.
Yeah. Well, it basically did, to be honest. But crypto itself comes from the blockchain. It's secured in the blockchain because the blockchain is supposed to be basically unbreakable. Some have been broken, but like Bitcoin is the hardest one to break into. Supposedly it has never been hacked. A few other ones have, but it's like blockchain is basically just computers communicating with each other. So it stays on the chain in order for it to make sure that the transactions are real. You can't have anything counterfeit on it, nothing like that. And it's immutable. But like the thing that worries me with some of that, it may end up being good. It is a good idea for the decentralization and shit, but that's what they're going to be incorporating. Central bank digital currency is going to be their own blockchain. So if they end up going to this CBDC, which we have to fight as a country against, like that's going to be, we're all fucked if they do that. Because if they end up doing that, and even if you have crypto, if they don't want that crypto to be able to integrate with like the regular central bank digital currency or something else, they can program it to be that way, to where that crypto can only be used at certain places if that place isn't government owned and doesn't want the crypto through there. But like, there's a lot of weird shit that's going to happen with that. But I mean, it may still be worth holding on to. If I'm going to hold on to any crypto at all, it'll probably just be Bitcoin, period, and that's it. Because I think a lot are going to go away.
I do too. I think like Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the major ones are going to stay.
Yeah, the ADA will too, because they work with countries and shit. Cardano.
I'm actually right now going to launch on the Business Party Network Twitter account our merchandise.
Nice.
And I'm going to, so that way we can put it on here, because I don't feel like doing all the other stuff. I'll just put it on Twitter and then
because we're going to be
ladies and gentlemen, we have merchandise, and it is fucking cool as shit.
Start getting some shirts going here soon, and we will be, I mean, we pretty much already know the price, but we'll be putting out price and stuff, all that jazz here in a little bit. And if we can, maybe we might start taking some pre-orders on it so we can get shirt sizes, colors that you guys want, and then all that jazz, so that we could start getting it going, start getting it ramped up. And yeah, I'm excited. The design is awesome.
Dude, when he sent it to me, I was, because so what happened was it's a dude from I grew up with, and I totally forgot back home. He does amazing. He's a great artist. He does amazing work. And I had a dream on, I think it was Sunday night, and he was in it. And I woke up and I went, oh shit, Seth,
shirt guy.
Seth does merch. And not to say that, because Destroy Agenda finally sent me something back that she was going to ask us. So we're going to do, we're going to use both of them, because Destroy makes some great, cool shit.
Oh yeah.
So if you want to order something from her, you can just do those probably just through her.
I was going to say with that, like with her, we may end up doing that. We may have a design through her, and then she'll pretty much just be selling them like that. And
just like we said before, it's, for the most part, we're not doing it to make money off of people. We just want our shit out there. We just want the business party. We got stickers on the way. So if you want stickers, let us know. I'm going to send half of them to Scott, and then, and then we'll just send them out. We'll put them all over. But yeah, these shirts, I am so happy with these shirts.
Hell yeah.
Dude, Seth did a phenomenal job on these shirts, but he does great work. Do I have it? Nope, I don't have it, but let me.
Oh, and I want to go ahead and plug for next week. If anybody wants to find the Liberty or Death podcast on YouTube and Rumble, me and Davey are going to be on that podcast next Friday. Yeah, and I think he goes live too, but yeah, we're going to be on that podcast next Friday. And another guest that's going to be on there is Unbroken Podcast, Kelly. She's really cool. and the host of Liberty or Death is Twisted Josh on TikTok and Instagram. But yeah, that's gonna be a good time. He's a fun dude. It's gonna be a good cast.
And wait, we lost somebody. Somebody left.
Oh yeah,
We had 3 people, now we had 2. Well, fuck it. We gonna premiere it now.
yeah, we'll just show it.
There you go, baby.
Yeah,
There is our shirts.
yeah, I love it. I do love the fact that he fucking made it. It wasn't the same dude. Made it. Yeah.
He made us. That is fucking cool as shit. And fuck the moon. We're going to Uranus.
Yeah.
And then I told them to put the AKs with the heart, and
Fuck yeah.
dude, the way he did that, I was sitting in the parking lot of thrift store, shocker. And he's like, "So what do you want?" And I was like, maybe, he's like, "Do you want something for the back?" And I'm like, "Shit, maybe we should do something for the back." So I'm just going through Canva and I see this one. It's the moon guy, and he's just sitting there and he's just like looking up like this towards the moon. And I'm like, that looks pretty fucking cool. Hold on. And then I was looking for guns and I was like, oh, AKs. Okay, we both love AKs. It's like we both love AKs. And then I saw that one and I saw it upside. I was like, that kind of looks like a heart. I was like, you put it upside down. I was like, yeah. So I sent it to him and I'm like, this is kind of what I want on the back. And he's like, how many colors? And I'm like, I gotta know colors. I gotta know, like, I was like, I guess 1 in the front, 2 in the back, 3 in the back, whatever. So he sent me that, and I was just like, holy shit.
I think it's dope. It's awesome,
I'm
man.
like, that is fucking, so that's going to be the front. The front's just going to be simple, our logo, and then the back is going to be, it's going to be us. With fuck the moon, we're going to Uranus. And, we do FK, so that way, we don't curse on our shirts. And it's
right.
Just Uranus. Listen, you have Uranus, Missouri, or wherever the fuck it is. But yeah, it's Seth at Shop Local at Local Shirts and Signs. He does a phenomenal job with stuff. It's just
and we're doing the gray and black.
Yeah. No, we're doing. I think he sent me the just black for right now.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Hey,
we're just gonna do. We're gonna do 40 total, 10 of each. And just to and see how it goes and see if anybody wants any more and whatnot. We're gonna do. If you want a special order, let us know. If you want anything over an XL, and we'll try to get those in the next orders and whatnot. But I was when he said it, just look at our faces.
I know.
Holy, he got our essence. He got our essence. I was just like, holy shit, like that's perfect. And we're just both of us just like, look at our AKs. Look at our AKs. Fuck the moon.
Hell yes.
But yeah, man, I am so stoked for those.
Oh yeah.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, well, yeah. What was plug him again?
That is let me see.
So people can check him out.
Yeah. You're gonna have to find him on Facebook. It's Shop Local is the name, and it's Local Shirts and Signs. And just go on Facebook and look up Local Shirt and Signs, and you'll see this logo. And yeah, man, he does some tremendous work. He's phenomenal. I've known this guy. I was thinking about. I was like, dude, I'm 40. I know this guy since I was like 7.
Damn, yeah.
And he's a great dude. He's got two. He's married to a. I don't want to get it wrong because if he sees this, he's gonna get mad. He's got two kids that are like Tiger Woods. 2 Tiger Woods kids he's got. One's name is Tiger. But yeah, the kids, dude. He in his house, him and his wife had 2 TVs in the living room and 2 Xboxes right there on the TV, and they just played video games.
That's fucking dope.
I'm like, and this was just like not even like 10 years. It was about 5-10 years ago, and he still does it. He still has a fucking TV, 2 TVs, and him and his wife just play games and just hang out. And he's awesome. He's still a skater at 40 something years old, and you know, I graduated with his sister. His sister was actually Madison's teacher for pre-K. But yeah, I was at his house all the time because we lived by each other. And yeah, no, dude, I can't say it. He's an all around genuine, nice dude. Every time I see him, it doesn't matter how long it's been since we've talked.
Mm-hmm.
He will always give me a hug. We will always hug. We will always, you know, he's one of those guys, man.
Hell yeah.
He's a true and true awesome dude. And I'm hoping these sell so that way we can buy more stuff from him, because I do not want I want him to succeed is what I want. That's my thing. I want him to succeed, and I want him to get all the business in the world. So if you guys want to flood his Facebook page with all three of yous and let him know the Business Party Podcast, send him. Yeah, I mean, it's not. He does. Look.
Yeah, he does awesome work.
He does some phenomenal. He grabbed our essence.
Hell yeah, right by the balls.
Oh. And it was just he sent me. I can't say enough good things, but he sent me that, and I was like, I sent it to Biz right away, and I was like, holy shit.
Well, that's what we're gonna enjoy about it. Like, people are, you guys are starting to listen to us more, so obviously you're enjoying what we're doing. We want to keep getting the name out there, so that way we're just having fun. We want people to come have fun with us. That's why we like to go live, because we see you guys in the comments and we can bullshit with you, answer questions, bring you some news and shit, but we still like to just have fun doing it. And as long as you guys are enjoying it, we're going to keep cranking this shit out, and that's why we want you to be able to represent too.
And not for nothing, like we want to help people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like I said, we're not looking to make money off of any of this. We're looking for the most part to help. You know, I want Seth. I would love for Seth to get an abundance of orders. I would love Destroy Agenda to get a bunch of orders. I'd love Vandy to get a bunch of orders.
Vandy too,
you know, anybody who has been on a show, who we're friends with, who we like. Rich, Voice of the People. We'd love everybody to go to his and watch his stuff, because he's got some very poignant shit. Rich is very smart. You know, Rich, the shit Rich comes up with and the things he says he's very articulate with it. He's very fucking long-winded, because the things it takes him 20 minutes to say, I'll say it in 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, and I usually he's way more articulate than me, because usually there's a cunt and bitch and something else thrown in there.
But you know, and we want these people to succeed. You know, we want everybody to be happy and do what they want to do, and what makes them happy. Because this makes me happy. Mm-hmm. I know this makes Biz happy.
Oh yeah,
Biz loves doing this stuff. I love doing this stuff. This is, you know, my wife and family make me happy, and this makes me happy. Mm-hmm. And you know, so it's like,
well, dude, like the first time that I saw fucking Drinking Bros, and I heard Dan Holloway going off the way he talks and shit, and like agreeing with him, I was like, wait a minute, you can talk like that and have a podcast? Count me in.
And it's just like the Fox News thing, like they want, or not the Fox News, the Steven Crowder thing is that they want to shut him down. Like, dude, the guy's got 6 million followers,
right?
Like, what are you gonna do to him?
Right.
You know, the guy's got people who will follow him to the end of the earth. And why? Because he's a genuine dude.
That's why it's like, I see what he's kind of trying to do, because I'm surprised he hasn't just went independent and started doing his completely own thing, which he kind of did. But I think he's trying to still stay somewhat of like a network to help build other people, which obviously is what he's doing with that creators deal. Like, I think he's still trying to keep like a community going and shit.
Which is, you know, which is, I think, what we're trying to do. What you know, Rich is trying to push us all. Rich is trying to be the Jim Jones of of this situation. But I mean, listen, it is what it is, and when you get to this is my hangout. I told my wife, this is my hangout. I don't have anybody over here. You know, this is what I do to hang out. So talking to as many people and getting as many interesting people as possible.
And as a matter of fact, with that, if you follow us on Instagram or wherever, Twitter and all that, tag somebody. If you want them to come on the podcast or something, tag somebody and maybe they'll see it, whoever it is. We'd love to have just about anybody on, man. We just like talking to people, have bullshit and having fun.
Unless your name is Will Stout that doesn't shut the fuck up, then maybe we won't have you on again. Just kidding. I just fucking with you. I love you, buddy. But yeah, we're just here to bust balls, man. And next week, next 2 weeks, is it next 2 weeks? Yeah, next 2 weeks we have some baller fucking people on. Hopefully.
Next week we don't. Next week we don't have anybody lined up. But I think
no,
I'm gonna.
we do.
Is it next week?
Yeah, immigrants next week.
Oh, we got them lined up.
Yep, immigrants
Oh,
next
okay.
week, and the following week is Leanne.
Leanne Starr. Yeah, that's.
The conservative immigrant will be here next Wednesday, hopefully, God willing. And after that Wednesday, February 1st, we will have Leanne Starr on. So I mean, we're reaching out to whoever, we want people to just have a conversation like Kevin, man. I cannot believe that dude lived 10 minutes away from him and we had the same fucking friends and we didn't even know.
Right.
And now
that
he's
shit
a
happens.
fucking comedian playing the Stand and fucking all these Carolines and all these places and hanging out with all these people that I was like, oh man, I wish I could hang out with these. And fucking Kevin's doing that. And now me and Kevin have, become friends and, now he's here. And once again, the man said he loved hanging out with us,
Right.
So that's what,
hell yeah.
That's what's great about this. And me, I don't give a fuck. I'll email anybody. I'll email the fucking Pope. I'll email. Listen. That creative thing that Crowder's doing. I'll do it once a day. I'll fucking resend that email every day. Until he gets annoyed and blocks me. But I don't care.
Come on, man.
Dude. I get it. I mean, these people get millions and millions of emails a day and text messages and DMs.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he got fucking super flooded too on that first day or two.
Yeah, I mean it was 250K views on it, and it was 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like, but yeah, I think personally he's just trying to stay with the network so that way he thinks he might be. Yeah, Ashley, she said Tarzan. Good. The voice of the business party.
Yeah.
Network. Taking over Steven Crowder. But yeah, man, I just listen, if we could do this one day where our bills can be paid and just have fun, I'll be happy with that.
Well, and that's what I was thinking. Like I mean, eventually we'll probably get more people that might be with it, but we may start a Patreon eventually to where like, yeah, we do so much here and then we can really talk the rest of the shit over there. I mean, we see more people doing that, but that might be in the works in the future and shit. But as he said, yeah, we're not really here for that right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only reason why we want to do it is just so that we don't get
pulled off and we could say exactly what we want.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, we'll put it as low as possible.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care.
I think $1 a month is the lowest, and yeah,
fine with me. The $1 a month, it's good. Just buy and then just and then we'll start pumping some stuff out and But yeah, we're just here to have fun and make stupid jokes and try to inform people. And you guys know, you guys have been here every week, and we won't forget. Trust me, we won't forget the people who've been here since day one.
Exactly,
like Stacy.
Like
the vampire man, Stacy.
Oh yeah,
you're fucking old, lady.
Oh, that shit was hilarious.
But yeah, man, I just, dude, I can't believe it's gonna be 5 months. It'll be a year.
Yeah, I know. Time fucking flew.
It's just, it's fun, and you know what? This year, it's gonna go full steam ahead.
It's gonna go full steam ahead, and I'm gonna get more on top of posting on Rumble and Spotify and shit. I did the last one, but I need to do this one. I'll probably do it here in just a little bit. But nonetheless, if you guys do have a Rumble business party only, just business party on Rumble, I made that so long ago, so I didn't put the podcast in it. But either way, we still have a channel over there, and soon enough, I think we're gonna cut YouTube live, maybe, and start doing the live over there. We'll see.
Imagine they cut us now, like fuck you guys. But yeah, so I mean, give us a like, tell a friend, and Scotty hit the music. Wait, see, it just worked, folks. It worked.
That transition, dog.
With that, folks, thank you for being with us again. It's always fun. And like we said, we just want to start our own community of people who are free thinkers and just don't think of the news as the end all be all of of everything.
Exactly. You gotta have fun with it.
Yeah, because fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, as I end every week, we're not here to change your mind. You know where to find me. I'm not gonna fucking keep doing this every week. You know where to find me. If you listen. Yeah, so we're not here to change your mind. We're just here to open your mind.
And on that whole way, we're saying, fuck the moon, we're going to Uranus.
Woo!
You guys have a hell of a night.
Peace.